Let's see how quick and easy it is to reprogram a foot switch. When you power up, it comes up in the default configuration for the foot switches, which can be anything that you want. You can set that to be any foot switch programming that you want to, and not connect at all to any device for the display. It'll just operate in that standalone mode. At the moment, I've got it set to patch up and patch down, and bank up and bank down. So let's change this one. We've got eight effects showing here on these three pedals. Let's change it so that this button toggles the state of all 8 of those effects, and that's really easily done. We just go to program a foot switch, click there. Now I'm going to change the state to switch all of those 8 visible effects to the other state. Like so. And now I'm going to press to store. That's it. We've now reprogrammed that foot switch. We can save that configuration away and make that part of our foot switch program, recall at any time, and it works. Here are the master tempo functions. You can see here I've got 3 pedals with 3 different tempos rattling away there. We can save that we can change that either using a master tap or a dial setting here. I'll use the dial setting. There we go, that sets them all to the same setting. That's up at 280. They're all in sync now. Let's change them so we can see what's going on. We can also use the tempo from any of the pedals as a master. So let's follow the MS70, and I've got it set to tap tempo. Let's change the tempo on all pedals by tapping there. Alternatively, you can program a foot switch to be a master tap switch. I've already done that here. So there it is. Dead easy. Let's take a look at setting expression pedal settings. I've hooked up one expression pedal here. There's provision for 4, but I've only got 1 on hand. I've already set up on the screen here for the MS70 to use the expression pedal for 3 parameters on 1 effect, and I'll set up all 3 effects to use that expression pedal for different things, just for purposes. I wouldn't recommend this setting. It's very easy to do. I'm using the mouse button to set which expression pedal to use. I can then set minimum and maximum with the green and the red dots. I'll set them to go in opposite directions. That's it. Let's have a little play. There we go. You can see it changing both on the display screen and on the screens of the effects. If you look closely, I'll just blow that up for you so you can see it a little better on the units themselves. Done. I've connected a MIDI controller keyboard here with it. It's got a USB output, so it connects directly to the USB of this. MIDI commands are recognized by this, and you can map those in the same way that you can program the foot switches or the expression pedal input. You can use them in the MIDI inputs in exactly the same way. So I've got a couple of controllers here, the pitch bend and the modulation. I've programmed to adjust the bass and the mid control of the Mark B bass on the B3 that you can see there. You could use that to control several others at the same time if you wanted to, in the same way as the expression pedal. I've got the modulation wheel controlling the mid control there, exactly the same as the expression pedal. I programmed a few of these already in exactly the same way as I programmed the foot switches before for patch selection for a few of these, and I programmed tuner settings for the B3 on these two keys. So there's a mute and release for off, mute and off, bypass and off. Fairly simple programming, just to show that you can use almost unlimited expansion of inputs using MIDI input.